What is going on, everybody? It is Cosmic Collection here, and welcome to a complete tour of my $35,000 Hot Toys collection. I've been collecting since December 2021, so I've definitely been in the game for quite a while. And I'm sorry if you're used to my TikTok voice. I definitely will not be using that for 10 minutes straight today. So with all that being said, let's just get straight into the tour. We're actually going to start with my video game character shelf first, and no, your eyes do not deceive you. That is Michael, Trevor, and Franklin from GTA 5. These are some of the most rare figures on the market right now, and these are ridiculously pricey. I paid about $1,000 for these three. It was absolutely worth it because GTA 5 is such an iconic game, and I spent way too much of my childhood playing it. As you can see, I did add a custom chop as well as some plants to give it a Vinewood feel. It's safe to say these figures are never leaving my collection, but right underneath that, we have my iconic video game character shelf. I know it is cramped, but childhood me absolutely loves this display. I grew up with quite literally all of these characters. We've got Jin Sakai, Kratos, a power armor from the Fallout series. We've got Master Chief, Doomslayer, Ezio Auditore, Nathan Drake, and Arthur Morgan. Grew up on quite literally all of these games, so I could never change this shelf. It just screams nostalgia to me. Moving on from this shelf, right underneath that, we actually have my brand new Star Wars shelf. This entire shelf I put together in the last 2 weeks alone. I've been on a bit of a Star Wars grind. As you can see, I am a huge Anakin Skywalker fan, so we have the evolution of Anakin. Got young Anakin, prime Anakin, and Darth Vader. Then I went ahead and picked up Ahsoka and Obi-Wan and just threw them in the back for some visual interest because why not? And I do have all their lightsabers wired up, although these sabers definitely suck. I gotta upgrade them soon. And on top of that, I have another Artisan Anakin coming as well as Darth Maul, so I have no clue how I'm gonna fit those. Lastly, guys, we have one of my favorite shelves in my collection, my Japanese video game developer shelf. It's a nice mix of Capcom and Square Enix, two of my favorite developers. Got some Street Fighter characters like Ryu and Chun-Li, Final Fantasy Cloud, Leon and Ada from Resident Evil, and there's a cheeky little Ryu from Ninja Gaiden in the back because I loved that game when I was a kid. Alright everybody, we've made it through the first display case. Now we're gonna move on to Marvel, more specifically my Spider-Man exclusive shelf. Getting started up first is actually going to be my Spider-Man 3 display, my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. Get a lot of hate whenever I say that, but I don't care. This is my childhood movie, and I will never get rid of this display. Venom and the Tobey are actually custom made by two different artists, and I paid about $1,800 for both of them alone. I do not regret it one bit because every time I look at this shelf, it just takes me back to Spider-Man 3. Underneath that, we have my Insomniac Games Spider-Man 2 shelf, and even though I thought the game was very rushed, I love the character design, so I had to have these four. We of course have the Advanced Suit 2.0, the classic suit from the first game, and the Symbiote Spider-Man suit. How can I forget the big 21 inches man himself, Venom, in the back? He is absolutely massive in person. Before you guys say it, yes, I know I gotta add a Miles ASAP. I've been putting it off for way too long. But hopefully this shelf makes up for it. This is the completed Hot Toys Across the Spider-Verse line. I have every figure in this line. We've got Prowler Miles, Custom Miles Morales, Regular Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy 2099, and Spider-Punk. And at the bottom, there is a Spider-Pig with a missing hand because unfortunately he took a fall a few weeks back. I really wish Hot Toys would make a Peter B Spider-Man because that's really the only thing missing from this shelf. Now guys, for the last shelf in my Spider-Man display, we have my animated series Spider-Man. This is actually the super limited Mondo series line and they're really hard to get. I had to pay a fat price for them, but it was absolutely worth it. Animated series Spider-Man is another show I grew up on, so I just had to have these figures. And if you don't mind exposed joints, I can't recommend them enough. Alright guys, it is time to move on to my second Marvel shelf, but before we do, we have to talk about one big man, and that's going to be Hulkbuster. This guy is fully wired up with a Fusion Reactors lighting kit, so his lights stay on 24/7. Huge shout out to him. What more do I really need to say? He is such a beast in the display, and he is 20 pounds, so you guys worrying about him falling over, don't worry, he's not falling over anytime soon. Getting started with the first shelf, it is another Spider-Man shelf. It's the last one, I promise. It's my No Way Home shelf, Tobey, Tom, and Andrew. Even though Tobey is my favorite Spider-Man, it was Tom's movie, so he gets to be in the middle. I do have a custom Tobey coming, but until he arrives, this is what the shelf looks like. And underneath that, we have my Marvel Endgame display. Yes, I'm aware that is the wrong Hulk, but I cannot stand Professor Hulk, so I went with Age of Ultron Hulk. And in front of him, we've got Endgame Thor, Mark 85 Iron Man, and Endgame Captain America. And my Mark 85 Iron Man is wired up with another Fusion Reactors lighting kit he sent me, so huge shout out to him again. And alright guys, moving on from that, we have my very work in progress Deadpool and Wolverine display. There's so many characters I want to add, but they're not out yet, unfortunately. We've got the Hono Studios Brown Suit Wolverine, a custom Logan by Mike Yuan. Check out that head sculpt. I cannot get over it. And of course, we have the clean suit version of Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. And then we have the brand new limited edition Battle Damage Deadpool. I absolutely cannot wait to get the yellow and blue suit Wolverine, but he's not out yet, so this is what the display looks like. Right underneath that, we have my Daredevil display. We have a custom black suit Daredevil fully by me. I did all of the battle damage and the blood mods. Then we have another custom Punisher by me. I repainted the chest symbol and did some body mods. We've got Netflix Daredevil, and we've got Matt Murdock from So So Toys. That is gonna do it, guys. You have made it through my entire Marvel shelf. We're finally gonna move on to my last two shelves, which is gonna be my DC shelves. So the first shelf in my DC cabinet is actually my Robert Pattinson's Batman shelf. Since we might not even be getting a sequel, I'd say this display is definitely finished. We've got Penguin, In-Art Batman, and the Riddler. For those of you wondering, I did go with the In-Art Batman over the Hot Toys Batman. I had them both, and the In-Art is just better in my opinion. Right underneath that, I'm gonna lose a lot of you here, but I am a huge Snyderverse fan. I loved a lot of the DCEU movies, and even more so, I loved all of their character designs. Up first, we have the Hot Toys Wonder Woman 84. This is easily their best Wonder Woman in my opinion, and I went out of my way to get her a custom sword and shield. Right after that, we have the best Superman figure ever made, the In-Art Superman. I will never stop raving about this figure. And then we've got this old crusty BVS Batman that I cannot wait to replace. It's a shame we'll never see these characters again, but I am more than happy with what we got. And right underneath that, we have my Batfleck display. And Affleck is by far my favorite Batman, so I did dedicate an entire shelf to him. We have a custom tactical suit Batman with a Zao 3D modeler head, completely custom Nightmare Batman with another Zao head, and the body was modded by Santiago. Huge shout out to him. And then right beside that, we have Blue Batman, the most hated Batsuit of all time, but I actually like it a lot. I'd love to know down in the comments, are there any other Batflick fans out there, or is it just me? Anyways, guys, moving on to the final DC shelf in this cabinet, it is actually my animated series shelf. Batman, the animated series, was one of my favorite shows growing up, so I had to have this shelf. We have the animated Superman. We've got LeBron James because there was that Space Jam crossover with the DC characters. We've got animated Batman, Clark Kent, and we've got animated Joker. If you're just looking for some awesome DC figures to start out with, I can't recommend the animated line enough. They're completely fabric and they're very affordable. All right, guys, we've made it to my very final display cabinet. You guys should be very proud of yourself. And getting started upwards, we have my Flash display. Say what you will about the movie, it wasn't the best, but I absolutely love the character design. Supergirl especially is a standout for me. I love her figure so much. It's an awesome head sculpt and proportions. And then we have the Flash figure. I actually really love this Flash design despite how much hate it gets. And we have my only Michael Keaton Batman because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge Keaton fan. Fortunately, I might be selling the shelf soon. I'm pretty undecided. Help me decide down in the comments below. Here's the shelf a lot of you were probably waiting for. It's my Christian Bale Batman shelf, my second favorite Batman, so I had to go all out for him. We, of course, have Hot Toys 2.0 Bane. We've got the Hot Toys 1.0 Joker. I desperately got to upgrade this guy soon. We've got that brand new Hot Toys Artisan Joker. For those of you who have been asking, my Artisan Joker hair has held up perfectly fine. I really lucked out. I'm so glad. And then right beside Joker, we have the brand new Armory Batman. I hate the cowl so much. It looks nothing like him, but I love the body. I cannot wait to replace that cowl very soon. Don't worry, this isn't my only Christian Bale Batman display. I've got one more, but before we get to that, we have this Invincible display. But yes, of course, Invincible isn't DC, but a lot of the characters are inspired by DC characters, so in my opinion, it kind of fits. We also have a few 112 figures in here. These are the Diamond Select ones because there really is no other 1/6 scale Invincible figures out there, unfortunately. So for now, we're just rocking the So-So Toys Invincible and the So-So Toys Omni-Man. Last but not least, the final shelf we're going to look at today is my Batman Armory shelf from The Dark Knight Rises. I should mention this is a fully custom Batman vegan suit. It has an OT Customs cowl, a complete Fison body replacement, as well as a custom cape. And right behind him, we have the Dark Knight Rises Armory. Such a stunning piece. If you're considering get it, absolutely. And then we have the Bruce Wayne statue piece that comes with it. Definitely want to pick up an Alfred sometime in the future, but until then, this is what we're working with. That is going to do it. You've made it to the end of the collection tour, and totaling up everything together, my display is worth about $30,000 to $35,000, which is absolutely ridiculous to think about. Just know I take credit for absolutely none of it. This would not be possible if you guys were not watching and supporting my content every day. I am so grateful to all of you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. This is my very first long form YouTube video, so definitely let me know some pointers, some advice down below. I definitely struggled a bit filming it, but I hope it came out all right, and I hope you guys enjoyed this collection tour. I'm going to link my Discord down below. If you guys want a dope place to chat figures, we have a figure announcement page to keep you updated with all new releases. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching my very first video, and I hope you all have a blessed day.